Here, we'll work an example with volume. Our question asks, if you have a box that contains 0.25 cubic feet, how many cubic inches can fit inside? I want to first draw your attention to the word cubic. Any question that contains the word cubic will be a question about volume. In a previous video, we covered an example that involved area. We visualized area sort of as a rectangular sheet of paper. And we said that to find the area, we multiply the length times the width. We abbreviated those as L and W. Imagine an area problem as finding the space taken up by a sheet of paper. We had said earlier the sheet of paper had two dimensions, length and width. Also, when we talked about area, we noted that the units were called square units. However, if you see the word cubic, we'll be dealing with volume. Rather than a single sheet of paper, imagine a volume problem as finding the amount of space a book takes up. So it will also have depth, length, and width. We'll place an L next to the length, the longer side. We'll place the width next to how wide the book is. And then we'll use the letter H, or height, to represent how tall the book is. Since we have length, width, and height, this is 3 dimensions. And rather than using square units, we'll use cubic units. Instead of saying area, we will use the word volume, also represented with a capital V. To find the volume of this shape, which looks kind of like a book, we'll take the width times the length times the height. So rather than just looking at the space a single sheet of paper takes up, imagine we had a whole bunch of sheets of that paper stacked on top of one another, similar to a book. Now this question already gives us the volume. The volume we're given is 0.25 cubic feet. Let's write that down as 0.25, and we'll say feet, and we'll place a third power on it. This is because our shape is 3-dimensional, so our unit, our feet, must be third power. However, our question asks us to find cubic inches, not cubic feet. So we'll have to do a unit conversion where we multiply this by a fraction of some kind. Since we already have cubic feet, we'll move that to the bottom. In its place, we'll need to get cubic inches. We already know that 1 foot is the same as 12 inches. However, since these units are third power units or cubic units, we must raise everything in this unit conversion to the third power. This means that the 1 will be raised to the third power, and we'll write feet third power. We'll also raise the 12 to the third power, and we'll put third power on inches. Based on this, we can place the 12 to the third power in the top position next to inches. And we'll place the 1 to the third power on the bottom next to cubic feet. Now note that 1 raised to any power is still 1 no matter what the power is. Therefore, our operation will be 0.25 multiplied by 12 raised to the third power divided by 1. In fact, you don't even need to enter the divided by 1 in the calculator to finish the question if you don't want to. Let's first figure out what 12 to the third power is. In our calculator, we will take 12 first. Then we're going to press this button that says y raised to the x here in the upper right. This is our exponent button, or the raise button if you wish. We will raise this to the third power, so we'll press the exponent button, and now press 3. When we say equals, we'll get 1,728. This means our operation is now 0.25 times 1,728. With the 1728 already stored in the calculator, we now multiply by 0.25. We say times, and 0.25, and we press enter, and we get 432. We have the right number now. Let's just check our letters. Since we have cubic feet to begin with, and cubic feet on the bottom, those cancel out. This means the letters we have left over are inches to the third power, or cubic inches, sometimes abbreviated as CUIN. This will be our volume in the new cubic inch units.